Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Sean. October 1st is Chinese Communist regime's National Day holiday. Over 3 days, People's Liberation Army flew 93 military sorties near Taiwan, its largest show of force in the past year. On Friday, PLA sent 38 military aircraft, including J-16 jet fighters, H-6 strategic bombers, and Y-8 submarine-spotting aircraft, flying into Taiwan's southwestern air defense identification zone. The following day, Beijing broke that record by sending 39 more aircraft. On Sunday, China sent another 16 military aircraft, according to Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense. On Monday, hours after the warning to China from Washington, Taiwan's defense ministry said another 52 Chinese military planes had entered the island's air defense zone, by far the most ever in a single day, bringing a total over 4 days to 145 flights. The previous largest incursion happened in June, involving 28 Chinese Air Force aircraft. It is a part of CCP's propaganda warfare, aiming at its domestic audience that they are dictating the agenda in cross-strait relations. In January, just days after President Biden took office, China also staged a similar show of aerial might toward Taiwan. It was a warning to the Biden administration. This provocation angered Taipei, who sharply criticized China on Saturday. Taiwan Premier Su Tseng-chang told reporters on Saturday morning, saying China has been wantonly engaged in military aggression, damaging regional peace. Taiwanese fighters scrambled against 38 Chinese aircraft in 2 waves on Friday, the Taiwan Defense Ministry said. Taiwan also issued radio warnings and deployed a missile system to track activity. Taiwan's Air Force also released a video Saturday in response to such activities, declaring in the text accompanying images of its jet fighters and the pilots, "How can we let our enemy's aircraft fly over us?" Concerns about the Taiwan Strait has been rising. In June, President Biden and other leaders of the G7 cited the worry in a communique. It said, "We underscore the importance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and encourage the peaceful resolution of cross-strait issues." It is significant because it was the first ever official mention of Taiwan by G7 leaders. It was echoed by officials in other countries as well. Particularly, it was echoed by increasingly hawkish Japan. The rising concerns are also evident from military maneuvers. The U.S. Navy has stepped up freedom of navigation operations in and around the strait, with sailings by other Western nations, including French and British forces. Last month, the U.S. passed a bill calling for the U.S. to invite Taiwan to next year's multi-Navy Pacific Ocean exercises. A few years ago, Beijing was disinvited from the American-led biannual Rim of the Pacific drills. The U.S. Department of State reiterated its commitment to Taiwan in a statement on Sunday. Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement that it would strengthen cooperation with the U.S. to maintain peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. A few weeks ago, Taiwan unveiled a draft bill calling for authorities to significantly increase military spending over the next 5 years. The draft called for the allocation of close to $9 billion over the next 5 years to finance new weapon systems that would better equip the island to repel an attack by China. These include homegrown precision missiles and high-performance naval ships, and the new spending would come on top of Taiwan's annual military-related budget, which is set to grow 4% in 2022 to a record $15.1 billion. As a matter of fact, Chinese behavior towards Taiwan has been predictable. Whenever Washington acts to increase cooperation or support for Taiwan, Beijing will provoke Taiwan economically or militarily. The Biden administration continues Trump government's advances with Taiwan despite China's objections. In April, former Senator Christopher Dodd led a delegation of top policymakers in the Barack Obama and George W. Bush administration to visit Taiwan. They conducted high-profile consultations with President Ing-wen and other Taiwan leaders. In August, the Biden administration approved its first arms sale to Taiwan, a $750 million proposal that includes howitzer artillery units, armored vehicles, and machine guns. The Trump administration in 2020 approved a $1.8 billion arms deal to Taiwan. Past sales have also included fighter jets and missiles. In recent months, Chinese state media outlets have frequently issued warnings to so-called secessionist forces, allegedly stirring up trouble in Taipei. These media outlets also call officials in Washington not to overstep Chinese government's red lines when it comes to Taiwan. On March 8th, at the 13th National People's Congress, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi said, "The two sides of the Taiwan Strait must be and will surely be reunified. We have the capability to thwart separatist attempts for Taiwan independence in whatever form." In September 2020, Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense began issuing public notice on incursions into the airspace around Taiwan by the People's Liberation Army in response to a rapid increase in PLA military incursions into Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone, ADIZ. By October 2020, Taiwan's then Minister of National Defense Yan Defa stated that the PLA had conducted over 1,700 sorties into the ADIZ. The Taiwanese military response cost more than $1 billion. The major incursions receive most of the attention from major media and foreign governments. However, the larger drills are but a fraction of the total number of surveillance and reconnaissance missions. Responding to each and every sortie exacts a significant cost on Taiwan's military. If Beijing desired, it could easily outspend Taipei and complicate Taiwan's defense budget by increasing the scope of these near-daily sorties.
台湾一定要警觉，中国是越来越过分了。世界也都看到中国的一再侵害区域的和平，对台湾的压迫。 所以，民主阵营的国家都再提出警告，我们国人要自强。我们也看到蔡总统一直支持国军，我们一定要增强自己，团结一起，增强国力。想要并吞台湾的国家，才不敢轻易动武。
One way for Beijing to push Taiwan's military to its limits would be to expand the map and become more aggressive in the Taiwan Strait, or send a stalker message and conduct more frequent incursions to Taiwan's east. According to daily incursions in one predictable part of the map is easy to prepare for. However, if incursions and drills begin to occur simultaneously in Taiwan's northwest, southwest, and southeast, then Taipei would likely be unable to afford the fuel costs or dedicate the manpower and aircraft necessary to respond to all of them. That will be a true danger. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly.